This morning, the search continues for a shooter who opened fire in a suburban Milwaukee mall.
Shocking America, the latest in a spate of attacks on female joggers.
I was about to take you guys up to the top of a cable car ride here in Bogota, Colombia. And while I was doing that, I got jumped by 5 guys.
Horrified shoppers fight to save this young man's life after he was stabbed. This shocking knife attack is just one of a number of incidents in the last few days.
Man, those non-Eastern European countries seem scary AF. So I'm so glad that I'm over here. Over here, it's like an oasis. Hello guys, welcome and chills. This is Wando here and welcome to my channel, The Americanka, where basically I just obsess like a crazed ex-girlfriend about Southeastern European region, aka the Balkans. I make travel videos about the region, videos about living here, and I'm based in Belgrade, Serbia specifically. Okay, so today I'm answering one of the most common questions that I get all the time, which is insert Southeastern European country here, safe? I get so many questions like, is it safe to walk alone at night? Is it safe to be a solo female traveler? What's the general crime situation like? So I'm going to answer all of those concerns in this video. Let's break it all down, starting with general safety. So interestingly enough, Business Insider put out an article called The Risk of Traveling to Every European Country, based on the US State Department's travel advisories. Not that the US State Department should be the standard, but essentially the US State Department ranks countries on a scale of 1 to 4, 1 being the least dangerous and 4 being the most dangerous. And it's based on crime reports, incidences of terrorism, and they also take into account recent events that travelers should know about and be wary of. And the cool thing is, pretty much every Southeastern European country, almost every Eastern European country actually, got a 1. The moral of the story is that Eastern Europe is pretty frickin' safe. So congratulations, Eastern Europe! Yay! I'm such a loser. I had these from like 2 New Years ago and I was just like, why not? This is always so interesting to me that people are so scared of Eastern Europe. Statistically, Western Europe and Western countries are way more dangerous. And I'd love to make a video exploring why, like get into the psychology of what creates this fear, how it's created with the media and movies. So let me know if you'd be interested in me making a video like that. Comment below if you want me to, because I don't want to make the video if nobody would watch it, but let me know if you want me to make that video. So the next thing I want to talk about are traveler targeted crimes. So these are things like kidnappings, holding someone for ransom, targeting them for robbery. I never hear about these things happening in these countries. I'm not saying that they don't happen, but what I am saying is there's a reason that all of these countries for the most part were rated as a level 1. And I know a lot of people here, like a lot. I can't think of one person that has a horror story like that, whereas when it comes to my friends who are in Southeast Asia or South America, I feel like every single person I know has some type of horror story. I know a girl who went to a bar in Thailand and they like locked her and her friend in the basement of the bar. They wouldn't let her go until they paid a ransom. That is terrifying. And I have friends in South America and they've been held at gunpoint for robbery, had a machete wielded in front of their face for robbery. So my point is, the incidences of these things happening are lower here in Southeastern Europe, Eastern Europe than they are compared to some other countries where these things are more likely to happen. Now, of course, you do have to be aware of pickpocketers when you're in the center of a major city, and be careful if you have a backpack. When it comes to walking at night, I think it's totally fine here. I've never, ever felt unsafe. Funny enough, every time I've felt really unsafe and I've had the scariest moments where I thought, oh my God, am I gonna get raped? Am I gonna get murdered? It always happened in a more Western country. Like one of the scariest moments of my life was walking home alone at night in Australia. Oh, I can make a video about my scariest travel moments, but just thinking about this terrifies me, so I'm just gonna move along. But my point is that I never have incidences where I'm like, oh my god, is this person gonna kill me? I'm being followed. I never have incidences like that here in Eastern Europe. As for being a female and being a solo female traveler, I've never felt unsafe. I will say that, and I think part of it has to do with I'm obviously not from around here. I'm a black chick. So I get a lot of unwanted attention sometimes, and usually it's just people staring. Sometimes it might be someone coming up to me and trying to flirt with me and they just don't stop bothering me. But there have been a few times where it was a little bit more uncomfortable. There's one time where this guy was like following me down the street, and I'm sure this could happen to any girl, not just like a different looking type of girl, but yeah, there was one time where this guy was like following me down the street in a smaller town, and he kept trying to kiss me and touch me, and he started grabbing my butt and then he like pushed me towards the bushes, and that was really scary. I actually had to scream for help, and luckily I was right next to a building and some man came out and he helped me. That wasn't great, but that hasn't happened since, and that was also during the daytime. It was also next to a big building, so I didn't feel like, oh my god, he's gonna rape and murder me. Like, it didn't feel like that at all. So I feel like all in all, being a woman is nothing to worry about. You can walk home alone at night, it's not a problem. I do think, however, if you are a blatantly foreign woman, you might get some extra unwanted attention. So I didn't feel in danger. I just felt really uncomfortable. Also, people ask me all the time if there's anything to worry about if you're a minority, if you're a black person. I get this question from people from India and Pakistan who are interested in traveling here. So what I'll say as a black person who knows many black people who love traveling in Southeastern Europe, pretty much everyone loves traveling in Southeastern Europe. They don't have a problem. Now, that doesn't mean that there's not some bad apple who will say something rude or create a problem with you. For example, a non-Balkan example, but an Eastern European example, I have a friend who's black and he lives in Poland. He loves Poland. He's lived there for years and years and years. He's gonna live there forever. But yeah, one day he was walking down the street, he was alone, and there was some like tough Polish guy, and he like bumped my friend, obviously trying to intimidate him, start a fight with him. And my friend felt like he was singling him out because he was different. And there will be cases where there's that bad apple that makes everyone else look bad, but all in all, it's like 99.9% good. That's the best way I can describe it. And also, every single time you feel that intimidation creeping in again, I remind you to watch the beginning of this video again, because it's the Western countries with the highest murder rates and the millions of serial killers and mass shooters and lack of safety for running outside for women. So these countries are really safe, y'all. I greatly appreciate it if you liked this video as well. It really helps my channel so much. And comment if you have any questions. Anything I didn't talk about, comment please. I'm happy to help. And I'll see you guys in the next video. So cheers again. Bye.